Good evening and welcome to Sober and Smiling. My name's Rob.
I'm Dick.
I'm Liam.
I'm Damon.
And I'm Jamie.
So, welcome everybody to tonight's episode. I think we're on episode 25. So, yeah, we've been going ages, really. Tonight's request from Liam is going to be media or social media, recovering the media, basically. So, as it's your request, mate, I'm going to hand it over to you.
You want me to kick off? Nice. I thought it'd be quite a good subject, actually, because the way the world is today, with the whole social media and stuff, Facebook and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. Not only for addicts like us and like me, seeing it on there and seeing people, go out on parties and nights and stuff, and they post it all over the social media and stuff. It kind of puts it in the light of this is okay, and also social media itself is an addiction as well, for the generation today, really, because it's almost like you can't put it down. They're always searching for that validation, posting photos and addicted to getting the likes and people liking them, and and it's like it's just taken away from living in the day, and also on the media with the news and stuff. We see adverts every single day for alcohol, don't we? And it's painted in this nice little flashy done up advert, and it's like, oh, that must be okay to do, but it's a gateway drug, isn't it? And it leads to different things, So I just thought it'd be a nice little topic to talk about, really.
Yeah, I mean, the only but the only thing with the media is the generalisation of an addict. That annoys the crap out of me.
Yes.
Because it's always portrayed in a bad light, and you do get some documentaries or whatever about addiction, or especially, like, say, the soaps, when they portray an addict or an alcoholic or whatever.
It's always someone down and out, isn't it?
But there's always a recovery, because they put the recovery in, but that addict is always slips up again. There's never a total positive light to it.
Yeah,
it's like an addict in the media will never get clean and stay clean.
Yeah.
There's always a fall.
I think that's why, and you're 100% right there, Rob. I think that's why there's a massive stigma around.
Well, yeah, because
addiction.
we're portrayed as people
people
that can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That it's impossible to stay clean.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my annoyance at the media.
Yeah.
But they never show what the high-flying addicts. If you watch, stuff like Wolf of Wall Street, stuff like that, where they're constantly on it every day, but they're earning big money in this office block, and it's so glamorised.
Yeah. That's a very good point, actually, because at the end of the day, I've said it before, addiction's addiction, isn't it? It doesn't discriminate, does it?
No.
We've got, there are people who are down on their arse person and got nothing and living on the street because of addiction, but then there are people who are millionaires who are in addiction. It's the same thing.
But they would never look at the down and out as being the same.
This is what I'm saying. Because of media and social media, people have been made to believe that the addict in general is a bad person. Don't go near them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They haven't got life sussed out. They haven't got this. And they avoid us like the plague. And it's kind of like, actually no. There is that light on it somewhere, but there are people who are normal people who are living life, who are addicted as well.
Why is it not celebrated, the fact of a recovering
100%.
addict?
Yeah.
So it's not even the likes of high-profile people like, say, Robbie Williams or whoever, or Matt Willis.
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
It's not shown in a positive light
No.
that these people are doing well for themselves or have like always clean. They've
I think
always
that-
got to bring the narrative back to the fact
I
of
think it's that stigma of the drugs, though, isn't it? Straight away, that's what they think. But then that baffles me as well because alcohol's a drug.
yeah,
So everybody is going out at a weekend drinking alcohol.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Alcohol is the same. It's not portrayed in the same light as like a cocaine and stuff like that. But it's a drug at the end of the day.
It is. The
Do
only
you know what I mean?
The only difference between alcohol and cocaine, like I said a long time ago, is two letters. One's I and the other's L, because one's legal and one's illegal.
Exactly.
If they legalise cocaine tomorrow, you can guarantee a lot more people will be doing it, because now it'll be acceptable.
Yeah.
And that's always been one of my problems when they advertise alcohol, because something you say, Liam, all the time, is when you talk about your life being like a film, they show you in these adverts having a great time, whoa, it's brilliant that. If they actually put the truth on it and said, no, this is the great time you'll have, but it won't tell you what will happen tomorrow morning if you've had too much of it and you've spent all your rent, come home a mess, had argument with your missus, trashed your house. They don't tell you about that.
It's funny you said that if they legalise cocaine, there'll be plenty of people buying it legally tomorrow.
Same if they did with marijuana. wouldn't they?
I would think if alcohol was only discovered tomorrow, that would be illegal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
it would.
100%,
I mean, for a long time, in America, it was
Oh, yeah.
prohibition,
Prohibition.
and that.
Do
it
you know
was,
what I've never understood as well is there are people out there who are not full-blown addicts who haven't got that addict head, so they can go out, have a drink, put it down, and be done with it. But those people are probably having a bottle of wine every night,
yeah,
or 2 bottles of wine every night, and then going to bed and be done with it.
yeah.
And they swear blind, oh yeah, my life's great, I don't really drink this, that, and the other. But there's got to be something going off with them. They've got to be not happy with something in order to mask it, to get out of themselves, to have that. That's what alcohol does.
there's got to be an issue
Surely.
somewhere.
Do you understand what I'm
I mean,
saying?
Well, yeah, if you define an addict, that we've defined it, so if I define an addict is not really addiction. You're doing it to mask your feelings or something else.
Yeah.
So that doesn't just depict us, that depicts the other people as well. So the normal people out there that are not addicts or what you'd classify as an addict,
Yeah.
the regular drinkers, the drink dependent, that's also them as well.
Yeah.
They're not drinking for a good time or because they need to. They're drinking because of one of our reasons.
Yeah.
The fact that they're hiding something or
They've had a stressful day at work and they want to chill
it's
out.
stress,
Stuff like that,
it's masking something else.
Exactly.
And that's where people don't understand it, is alcohol is a poison. There's no scientist in the world, if that was created now, that would go, definitely have a drink of that.
Yeah.
Nobody would. It'd be banned immediately, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
It'd be like, you're absolutely crazy. You might as well just be drinking bloody drain fluid or something.
But on social media, like alcohol is like sold as like confidence and kind of
Yeah,
that's what I'm
sensitive
getting
when,
at,
when
yeah.
you see
Yeah.
people do
But it's
it.
not though, is it?
No.
We all know
No,
you're drinking it to mask something.
Yeah.
And when you drink it, you're not even that clever, are you? Because you're coming across and you see people absolutely wasted in pubs and clubs, and you're a fucking idiot. You look like an idiot, you talk like an idiot, you're destroying every single brain cell that's in your body at the moment.
Yeah.
You can't walk because you're paralysed, not because you're happy, but because your brain is not making those connections to your nerve endings, because you're killing them.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah, I know.
look
yeah.
at it the right way, it's mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like I say, like social media glamorises the buzz, but it doesn't show the crash, does it?
No.
It's it's like you see the party culture side of it and the all the good stuff. But like I say, social media can kind of have two sides to it because it can be helpful in
Well,
addiction, but
It's a
also-
complete double-edged
it can also
sword.
be destroying.
I was just about to touch on that, Jamie. Social media for me, I use it as a tool for work. I have to use it for a tool for work. But if I didn't have to use it for that, I wouldn't be on it.
Yeah.
But because, do you know, sometimes when I'm bored at home, I find myself picking up my phone and doom scrolling.
Oh,
See
mate,
what
I'll do
the
that
next-
for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
And
just
you-
about to say, would you be able to, if you didn't need it for work, put that down?
Yeah,
or would
this
you
is-
be able
this
to
is
do
what I'm
that?
getting at with it being an addiction as well. And also, there's another thing with doom scrolling, it can really fuck with your peace of mind because you can see all these things happening to other people, and then you start questioning your own
Yeah.
fucking life.
Mhm.
And you're like, actually, what's this about? You know, why aren't I driving that car? Why am I in that holiday? But really, are those people happy because they're posting these photos?
I don't think they are.
Posting these photos, going, look at me, look at me, look at me. I want validation.
Yeah, and if you
Because
think,
they're not happy.
and if you
Yeah.
think about it, it's like a split second of
Yeah.
some, you know, I mean, you can make your life look amazing, can't you? But
Yeah.
you know, it takes effort to put all those posts, all those,
Exactly.
get those. I mean,
So-
I can remember
So I don't want to see no
holiday.
pictures of your new car, Jamie.
I can remember like me and my wife went to Santorini, you know, and there was some
Well, I will,
a couple. There was a couple, you know, sat around the swimming pool, and you know, the Americans saying, "Oh, this is, you know, it's going on, but this is such an Insta spot," you know,
Yeah.
just getting that, trying to get that
Get that
perfect
Insta
photo
spot,
fix
yeah.
to thing. That's what
Yeah.
I said, such
Yeah.
an Insta spot.
Yeah. It's
And I'm
mad.
just thinking, you know, but then, you know, when I was in active, I'm not, it doesn't bother me anymore, social media, but when I was in active addiction, I'd scroll on my phone and think, fucking hell, everyone's life's so much better than mine.
I
You
would
know,
think that all
compare
the
it all
time,
the
yeah.
time.
Do you know what brought it home
It's
to
where,
me?
it's where your head goes.
What brought it home to me a few weeks ago?
Why can they drink normally? You know,
Yeah.
why does it look like they can drink normally and I can't?
A few weeks ago, I was travelling somewhere, and there was this little accident at the side of the road, right? No fucker went over there to see if the person was all right.
No, just
the
take
first
video.
thing you do is get the phones out and
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, what is this fucking world, man?
Same way you see people fighting and that. You've forever got people got the phones out. No one's trying to break it up and say, "Come on, lads, stop it." They're not. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I'll post this in a minute.
So I think it's become a massive addiction for everybody around the world, whether you're an addict or not.
Yeah.
It's become an addiction for validation.
Yeah, 100%,
It's like it's a life impediment.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people want to live their lives either in front of a lens or
Yeah.
behind the camera. Nobody actually wants to just go about their daily business without being
Yeah.
watched.
Yeah, and like I say, I mean, it gives you like, I think you get like body dysmorphia, especially women,
Yeah.
because you see all these women with the plump lips and bloody, you know, these figures that have obviously been photoshopped. So everyone thinks they've got to look a certain way now, don't
Absolutely.
they? So you get addicted to how you look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
There's healthier ways of doing that though, do you know what I mean? It's all, like you say, the media, it's all get these jabs or get these tablets or go and get this butt lift or whatever, do you know what I mean? Don't change your life and do it holistically, just go and, go get a quick fix.
I think a lot of it is like, because it's like Facebook, it's like your page, your page. So everybody thinks, oh, this is my page. I want to make myself look like an absolute celebrity. And this is how a lot of these, like, how do you put it, like reality television stars come about, because they had their own pages. And look at this, it's so glamorous and brilliant.
Well, you'll be
They
famous
don't-
for nothing these
yeah.
days, can't you?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But what people don't say is, oh, I live this glamorous lifestyle. Yeah, when you're ordering Harrods bags through eBay and just putting stuff in there, walking around and like, it's fake, the whole fucking lot of it.
Do you know what is mad as well? This TikTok thing with all the influencers and stuff. They can literally, well, that's their job, is to influence people to do things or to go places and buy things, right? And the madness about it, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but probably if one of the big influencers went on TikTok and got a load of cocaine and started taking it and said,
Yeah.
take this,
Yeah.
all the freaking teeny boppers will be doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's cool.
Yeah.
Do you
Say,
know what I mean? That's how much of an effect social media has on the world today.
like, say it was one of the Paul brothers or Mr. Beast or someone like that,
Yeah,
you'd have an whole army of cokeheads.
exactly.
So, I mean, what's the stance on the social media ban for under 16s?
I
then?
think it's great.
Yeah,
I
completely.
think it's great.
Do you know what I think they should do? This is my little thing. Is I think they should put a thing where social media is like a shop. It closes at 5 o'clock every night, and you can't get back on it until 10 o'clock the next day. So you've got like half a day to go on and do your thing, and then it shuts down at 5 o'clock, and then opens back up at 10 o'clock.
There'll be a
So
lot of
it's
bored
always
people
like
out there,
control
honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
true.
people wouldn't be on it all the time.
Yeah.
They'd actually probably go to bed and fucking sleep
Yeah, but
instead of laying in bed doom scrolling.
Yeah, but that's the theory. What if they just put down that addiction and decide, right, I'm going to just go to pub then, do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah, well, at least they're out talking to people.
Yeah.
Probably doing other stuff, but you know.
I mean, it's in the grand scheme of things, is that not the lesser of two evils, sitting on your phone rather than going out getting wankered?
It's
True.
Well, in all fairness, I mean, I'll show my age now, but I mean, I actually preferred it when I was younger and there was no social media.
Mate,
Yeah.
90s,
Oh, definitely.
late 80s, 90s.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We were the last generation before all the internet, but I was.
Yeah.
The last generation before all the internet and stuff. I remember when it first started coming in, Facebook, 'cause it was like
Yeah.
Bebo and MySpace
Yeah,
and all that. kind of
Face
stuff.
party.
Face party and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I remember it all coming through.
Yeah, I do. To be fair.
And you thought, is it
Me,
gonna
but
take
me,
off?
but me growing up as a child, there was never social media.
No.
The internet was just coming through, and you know what? It was great. It was really great.
People
But it's
were
changed
warned
everything, hasn't it?
that
You know, how you shop, you know, dating,
Yeah, everything.
you know.
people were warned that we did say, you know, everything's going to be online one day. Technology will take over. I just don't think they realise the effect that it would have having to have it, you know, going from a laptop or a computer to actually sticking it on a phone and saying, right, there you go, take it with you.
Yeah. Like you say, it's an addiction in itself because you want to know anything, and that's it. So your fingertips. I mean, how many times these days you walk through town or do some shopping and people ain't watching what they're doing because they've got their head down to the phones and
It is
not paying
Your
attention.
phone's an addiction in itself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how do you know, if you kind of go out, it's you think, you know, I do it all the time. Fuck it, where's my phone?
Yeah.
You know, you're constantly checking for it all the time, aren't you?
And your phone listens to you. I mean,
Yeah.
All the time.
how bad is that
Algorithms
for addiction?
and all that,
You know,
yeah.
you say something and you start getting adverts. You start, you know what I mean, just pages to do with things you're talking about. That's just going to draw you more towards your phone.
Here's a question for you. Do you think, might be a daft question, but do you think because of social media, we're going to see more alcoholics and more people using?
I think
No,
no.
no, because you've got to.
Put your phone down, have a drink.
Well, we haven't spoken about how good social media is as well, because without social media, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
No, it,
So
Oh,
we wouldn't be
definitely.
doing this,
no, it is good
and
if
we
you
wouldn't
use
be
it right.
Yeah.
educating people.
If
So,
you use it right as a tool, yes.
but you've got to imagine the amount of people that before social media and before podcasts and everything else that didn't get help with addiction compared to now that can just literally open up a phone and listen to this, or the million other podcasts that are about addictions,
Or even just self-help guides that you
Yeah.
can
or
you know,
self-help
from Google stuff
that wouldn't
like
even understand any of this, that would just be told that addiction is addiction, you're a bad person, you're going to burn in hell, because we're going back to all the biblical God stuff. So that is got to be a massive tick for
Oh, definitely.
It's a double-edged sword, Rob, I think. It really
Yeah.
is, because everything you've just said is right, and if it's used properly as a tool, it can be great. It can be really good for a
Yeah.
business or anything. But for someone who is just there, like Jamie was saying, doom scrolling, and then you start questioning yourself, your image, you get body conscious over it and stuff like that, surely that's going to have an effect on that person as a character. So then they're not going to kind of like...
And the confidence is shot, isn't it?
Confidence and
So
stuff,
then
and
you're going
then-
to feel like you need a drink to
Yeah,
get
or
confidence.
then you're
yeah.
going to start finding different ways to make you feel better.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
But is that not in your makeup anyway? Because before, if you knocked social media off the head,
Yeah.
then and went back 20 years ago,
hmm
those social media hasn't produced those people that are body.
No, but it's kind of brainwashed people, hasn't it?
To a certain extent, yeah. Would you think that because of social media that you listen to social media rather than yourself? Because I don't.
I don't know, but I'm on about...
But the people that do
Yeah.
would have done that before social media anyway.
But like you say, but thinking with social media, I mean, you can choose what you want to listen to, and I know for a fact, you know, there's that algorithm thing on social media. If you start looking at really depressing stuff, it will just keep feeding you loads of depressing
Yes.
stuff,
Yeah.
which can't do you any good. But obviously, if you look at positive quotes and, you know, sobriety and all that sort of stuff. It will
Yeah.
push
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Like I say, if you're having a bad day, you know, you're having a bad week and you just start looking at really negative stuff, it will just feed you all negative stuff. You know,
Oh, yeah.
and that sort of stuff sends people to like social media has sent people to suicide.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
That's what I was trying to get.
I'm not
Yeah.
disputing that at all. But there's got to be some element of positivity or
Oh, yeah.
self
100%.
self guidance in what you're doing, because there is anyway, isn't there?
I've
Well, I mean, it's your thoughts that, you know, guide what you do anyway. So, if, you know, you might have a rubbish day, but then it's your fault. Do you have that rubbish day and look at depressing stuff, or do you think, right, I've had a rubbish day,
See,
I need to watch
the
something
thing-
happy or something, do you know what I
The
mean?
thing about it, right, is the generation coming up now, not us, the generation coming up now, the way the world is, they don't even have to fucking think for themselves.
No.
Because they've got social media, they've got fucking ChatGPT, which is this AI stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can literally just
Find
type a
out
word in,
anything you
and
want
they
to
can
know.
find out
Yeah,
any,
yeah.
and they can sound like a fucking genius, but they haven't written this thing. It's been written by something else and put on. You know what I'm saying. So they don't have to think for themselves.
No.
So really, the up and coming generation doesn't know who the fuck they are.
No. And it's like, you know, if you're
before we know it, we're in the world of the Terminator.
Yeah, like you could say, you could just get anything to hand, can't you? Know, if you wanted to kill yourself, you could literally just Google on the internet, you know, best ways to kill yourself, and
Exactly.
it'd be there like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's scary.
It is
It
scary,
is
yeah.
very scary.
Well, then you can use it to your advantage as well, you know, if you want. But you kind of, it depends what sort of mindset that you're in,
Yeah.
to what journey you could go on.
I
social
think
media.
us, the way where we are in life, we see it as we can use it as a tool.
Yeah.
But I think there's people out there, you know, who just use it as, you know, an everyday thing, you know, and they don't use it properly. Let's put it that way.
It's just
You know,
making glow.
it surely does something to your head.
I've seen it. And I've seen it used, like, talking in a way of recovery, I've seen people who've started out, who go on, like, these groups, you know, sobriety groups. They've not been to meetings or stuff like that. So they've gone on these sobriety groups and talked to people and, you know, to try and build the confidence up to try and, you know, talk to people about getting clean before they start doing face-to-face stuff. And to be fair, that's a good thing. That's always a good thing if people can do it. It, again, like anything, is a double-edged sword. So I've seen some of these groups, and I've seen people come out and help. You know, someone writes on, "Look, I'm trying to get clean, but I don't know how." And you get minority of people will come up and be really nice to them and say, "Look, this is what I do," and all this and that. But every now and again, you'll end up getting one of these crazy sort of OTT 12-step absolute addicts who'll hit them with everything, and that just scares the crap out of them. But that's, you know, and say if you can't get clean if you ain't doing God, or you're not doing this and that. So and it scares them.
Find God, and that's just
That sort of thing. But it can be good when they find these groups, and these groups help them get to a stage where they're comfortable enough to go into meetings and that. So it does have a good benefit in that respect.
I think people just need to learn to talk to each other more. That's it though, isn't it?
I know, but you just took the words out of my mouth there, because I was going to say, but obviously, like social media, if you like, you share your story and kind of just come out and say, you know, I've got a drink problem or a drug problem, and you know, everything changes when you admit it and you start talking about it. I mean, someone hearing that's struggling, something like that on social media, can kind of change their life, because you know, especially men. I mean, we're just like closed books, aren't we?
But
when I was struggling with, in the past, I would never. You know, on the outside I looked all right, and if you asked me if I was all right, I'd say I was fine, but I wasn't fine because I didn't know what to do. So you know, social media can educate them.
But it could also harm them as well. If someone was to put a video out saying they're struggling with addiction, let's say, right, you could get numerous comments saying helping them, but then you could get the keyboard warriors on there.
All the trolls.
A load of negative and horrible comments, which would probably lead them to suicide.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's got its positives and it's got its negatives, I think.
I think with everything, 100%, it's got positive and negative, but it's how you use that, or how you're taught to use that.
That's the main
because
thing, how you're taught to use it. That's
mainly from my generation,
Yeah.
you were taught by your parents.
Yeah.
and your parents were quite strict and,
Yeah.
and everything else. Nowadays, you're taught by people that are growing up with this and that haven't learned anything by life experience and have got no life experience.
Exactly.
So, or you understood and you were controlled by your school years, so your teachers and everything else, which was again, you say strict, but it's not. It's the right way to,
Yeah.
for me anyway. It was the right way to be taught. So yes, it's how you're taught to use this stuff like social media and everything else, to what you do with it. Because there's two, like you say, there's two things to everything. Without social media, like Jamie just said, you wouldn't have heard any of these stories.
Well, we wouldn't be able to get this podcast. at all.
Exactly.
Oh,
You
definitely.
know, so-
But then there's also the other side of it
Yes.
that could lead you to suicide if you listen to
Yeah.
to some idiot behind a keyboard. So
I think that's the point I just want to put across. Really, is social media is not the real world.
no.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can
It's
pretend
not
to be
the real
anyone.
real world.
But people like us from our age background know that.
Yeah.
But the
I am
people
not
that
our
are,
age back now.
I know you're not. You're just a little boy.
Don't put me in your
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But there's people out there, the younger kids, that don't.
No.
You know, and it's scary. It's
But what
scary to
happens when
watch.
they have children and how do they
The
teach
world is
them?
going to be run by robots. Do you know what I mean?
See, that's a
It's
really
literally-
scary thought.
it is
That is a scary
literally-
thought.
It really is, isn't
You
it?
know, it's you're going to have robots doing your washing up, man, and stuff. It's
That'll be the
it's
day,
going
mate.
that way. It is going
I
that
have.
way.
It's the dishwasher, mate.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
size 5 feet.
You know,
Before-
it's the-
Before we know it, we'll be living in the world that was projected on the Terminator film. It films
exactly.
the
Yeah,
stuff
well,
itself,
well,
and that's what happened. AI took over, decided that humans were the problem, so it eradicated
I
us.
much
Yeah.
prefer the iRobot world, to be fair. That looks a lot, you know, a lot
But,
more colourful than Terminator.
Oh, Will Smith, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think there's positives and there's negatives. Really.
Yeah.
And I think if it's used badly, you know, it can. I believe that it could lead to something bad. Do you know what I mean? Addiction or whatever, or you know, if people see somebody taking something, they might, oh, I'm going to try that. You know what I mean? And get them in a bad place, kind of thing. You know.
Well, but I think one example of it being used in the wrong way, and I'm going to go slightly off topic, was just the murders a couple of years ago with was it the murders or was it the migrants in the hotels, and I went on social media and then there was riots all summer. I know it's slightly off topic, but again that's social media, do you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was portrayed on social
Yeah, I know what
media.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wrong things
Yeah.
were said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you know, it was a
Fabricated.
yes,
Yeah.
a sort
Tried
of
to
riot.
basically
Well, do you know
generate hate. That's what
what?
that
Yeah.
was for.
Well, do you know what? This time round, and you know,
Fear mongering and
since
stuff
I've,
like that.
Since I've stopped drinking and taking drugs, I don't watch the news anymore.
No, I don't.
Oh, hell no.
I don't.
Because all it does, it just
Yeah.
puts me in fear mode, you know,
Yeah.
because you're always worried about someone bombing us, or you know,
Yeah.
because it's just all doom and gloom on
Yeah.
the news.
Exactly.
And I chose to watch that, and I just choose not to now
Yeah.
because it doesn't do my head any good.
I'm
So
with you on that, mate.
I just
Yeah.
what I don't, there's that big saying, isn't there, what you don't know doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
So I'd just rather be a bit oblivious to it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what would make the internet and social media correct?
Go on.
Would be just the truth. Because that's
Yes.
when it first came out,
Yeah.
was
True.
it was a tool to learn, and it was a tool for the truth.
Yeah.
You put something in a search engine, and it came out as whatever it was. It was fact, and that's the fact. That's what social media has done. It's no longer fact, is it? It's just somebody's opinion.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
Bias can be built in.
Yeah.
And if in fact they don't even have to be built in these days, bias can just be picked up by whatever's listening to you, and the algorithm will sort it
Yeah.
out for you. So everything you see is biased to, you know, your opinions.
If you had these tech companies that control all of this and control every single part of our lives,
Yes.
if you had them just filter the truth
Yeah.
into it,
Yeah.
the world would be a better place.
100%.
Because it would be factual. And you go on there to get something factual. I go on there, I'll go on the internet and go how to wire a plug or whatever it is. And it will tell me how to wire the plug the correct way. It won't tell me the wrong way
Yeah.
or somebody's opinion of it. It will tell me the correct way.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. think that's really it. That's what I wanted to cover. Really.
That was good.
I think we've covered it.
Yeah, good subject. That
That
was.
was alright, actually.
Cheers, Liam. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah, we're just about up time. So we're here at Holton Hill in Skegness, down Drummond Road. So pop along and come and see us on a Thursday night. We do it from 7 to 8 o'clock. And social media, as we were talking about social media, Nick, you might as well reel off everything we actually use.
Tell us how much validation we've got.
For all the validation we need on social media, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Please don't be offended by anything we've said tonight. We need more bloody subscribers. Come on.
We use it as a tool. That's
We
what
use it as a tool
Yeah, to help people.
to
help people
Yeah.
to not be tools.
So yes, thank you for listening. Please have a like, please have a share. So
See you
yeah,
next week.
thank you. Bye bye.
Hey, bye bye.